What is going on, Movie Meals? Movie Meals, Moon Knight. We're here to talk about the first episode of Moon Knight. This will be spoiler. We'll drop these like we've done some other shows in the past with being week to week for the most part. So Moon Knight, we'll just get into it. Spoilers, Kyle. Well, if I guess before we get into it, thank you, Movie Meal patrons. Go be a member. It's all linked down in the description. Get some merch, all that good stuff. But Kyle, what do you think of the first episode of Moon Knight? What are your thoughts? Again, spoilers here. If you want to share, go for it.
Well, from a starting point, I thought that was pretty good because this is a character that I know little to nothing about. I only know him based on the name and the costume designs. And, just from the imagery, I always thought it was a cool looking character, a very mysterious character, but never one that I really delved into all that much growing up. But that's kind of what I was hoping for going in. I was going in with this show hoping to have a bit of mystery, a bit of intrigue into who this character is, what this character's powers are, and I didn't necessarily get all of the answers explained to me, but I'm okay with that. I think obviously that's going to be coming within the next episode or two, but at least for a starting point, it was one where you got me hooked. I really liked that while the look of the show does feel similar to other Marvel stuff, but that's just because of the cameras that they use. They were at least able to create this sort of chaotic energy because of the character. I'm spacing on the main character's name. I'm trying to look it up now, but
He has a few
Stephen Grant's
names.
play. He does seem to have a
He's
few
a
names,
few names.
but right now we know of him as Steven. I just figured it out. Played by Oscar Isaac. I'm curious to see if this is a character I want to root for. He seems to really be going through it quite a bit, but it kind of was reminiscent to me of weirdly enough, Doctor Sleep. I mean, just with the intro of him being chained up into like his bedroom and having like those mystical elemental type things that seem to be happening to him kind of made me think of that. And it's a combination of that and a better Venom, I will say, with the voice in his head, which I don't know, that might be a dual personality thing, maybe not, but again, that answer will be revealed, I'm sure. But Oscar Isaac was fun. I kind of liked his really bad accent because clearly he doesn't know who he is fully, so he thinks that he needs that accent, but maybe he ends up not needing it at all. But there's this sort of chaos going on within this show that I hope keeps going. I hope they don't just stop at episode 1, because I like that we're jumping between like here and here and here, and it still feels cohesive so far. It doesn't feel confusing, but I just could see it happening to where once we get what's going on, that's going to stop. And I kind of hope it doesn't. And I hope it kind of gets even more wild and creative after that. But for a starting point anyway, for a character that I don't know about, I would say it's pretty good.
Yeah, I saw a lot of critics who got to see the first 4 episodes and talk a little bit about them. Were saying that it's just falling flat. They didn't like it. It's weak. I saw a lot of that, and I mean, at 1 episode in, I really liked it. I mean, this is the first Marvel show that's not a property. It's not a big property. It's not already known. It's not WandaVision. We know Wanda. We love Wanda. It's not Captain America and Winter Soldier. It's not Loki. It's the first one of many that they plan to do, or it's not Hawkeye. It is the first new character in his own kind of way, wherever. And I wonder if that's at play a bit here with some of the reactions I've seen from people who are not in love with it. Because it's not. It is a. The MCU is a TV show, and this is an episode that's going to eventually probably connect, but right now is not. It's very, very separate. And so I just don't know if it's digging with a lot of people. I liked it a lot. It was Marvel's version of Split for me. I don't know a lot of this character. I like the Split personalities. I think it's really interesting when the audience and the character are thrust into we don't know what the heck's going on situations. So he just wakes up and his jaw's busted and he's looking around and he's in this part of the country he's never heard of. And I think that's awesome. I think that is such a cool way to tell a story. We haven't seen this style in Marvel so far. I loved the ending with how brutal and violent he gets as Moon Knight. I agree with everything Kyle said. I like the the character splits, the bad accent was funny. It's, is this, this is Marvel. This could be anything. We've seen aliens snap half of life away. Is this a bunch of people living in one body and they have to share, like, truly, or is this an actual, form of a disorder where he truly has split personalities? That's, do people get fused together? Is this Frankenstein? I don't know what's going on, but I'm here for it. I love all the mysticism. It had a little bit of a Percy Jackson vibe for me. Obviously it's Egyptian, but it just, in terms of this kind of historical culture. And that's something that I like that Marvel's going towards. They went for it a little bit in Eternals with Black Knight. And I like that he's a character that could pop up in these type of shows where it is, hey, Earth has its own power too. You don't have to be a super tech genius. You don't have to be, a god from the stars. You can just have had this ancient power that was here. And so I like that. I like that we've got all these bits and pieces of different flavors. I thought Oscar Isaac did a really good job. I really liked the ending. Ethan Hawke is very interesting to me as a villain. He did a really good job in this first episode. It was bloody. I'm all for it. I think the first episode was great. I'm a little nervous because so many people who have seen all 4 episodes are like, but I'm hoping maybe that is not the case, and that once you see it from start to finish, once we get that finale, it's going to end up really paying off. I didn't really have any negatives. I really enjoyed this show. Any other thoughts you got over there?
My one thing is me wondering about Ethan Hawke in the villain role. He didn't really gather my interest as much as the rest of the show did, but it's also a TV show. It's only the first episode. I'm not worried about it yet. Like, he didn't do a bad job by any means, but just from the little bits that they showed, it led to some good questions, but it didn't grab my attention, and I don't mind it when a villain's able to grab my attention right away, but maybe it becomes a slow burn. It's a
what
show.
What grabbed my attention is in the conversation at the museum where they're talking about, where he's talking about this goddess who could have, cured the world and was betrayed, blah, blah, blah. To me, we have a bigger villain coming. We have a bigger villain that is not Ethan Hawke, and he's actually just the person who's going to lead us to this bigger villain, or he'll become this big villain,
maybe.
Yeah, and people are going to complain when that happens, but they basically said it to me in this first episode that this is most likely what's going to happen at the end of this show, is we're going to have a big bad villain from ancient Egypt, and I liked it. So I found Ethan Hawke interesting because he immediately, they weren't trying to hide that he would become a vessel, which they've done before, and a lot of movies do, where it's just like, no, I'm her servant. I'm trying to help. And it's, to me, it's got to all connect. There's not, I don't think he just appeared in front of this character just to move the plot along. I think it was actually more strategic in that all these moments matter. And so that's why they showed the first 4 episodes to critics, is my guess, because they got some big things in the finale. Mephisto's got to be involved. We know Reed Richards is showing up. This show's incredible. Any other thoughts?
How many episodes are in this show?
I thought this was going to be 6. Maybe I'm wrong. He's going to the Google.
Let me see.
Now, Kyle's it's just Bing guy.
God, I miss 2012.
He's a big Bing guy.
I'm trying to see. Overall there will be 6 episodes. Okay.
Yep. And this was a longer episode. It was almost an hour. It was in the 40 to 50 minute range. Yeah, it wasn't like WandaVision. Yeah, but there's 20 minutes to start.
Yeah, but there's 15 minutes of credits in all those shows now.
Well, 5.
But it does maybe kind of wonder why they showed that many episodes for a 6-episode show to the critics right away.
I think they did that before.
Have they done that? I know they do like 1 or 2. Did they only do 1 or 2 with Loki, or did they show 4?
I think for WandaVision, they showed the first like 3 or 4, because I remember a lot of critics were like, just wait. Because everybody was complaining after the first episode or 2, and everyone was like, calm down. So
probably the first 3 episodes, because it was a 9-episode show. That makes sense. Yeah. But 4 episodes out of 6, that, I don't know. Maybe Marvel was a little worried.
It could be worry. To me, maybe it screams more of new character. We're not attached.
Yeah.
Let's show the critics. If they love it, great. I really like this first episode. it seems like from fans who have seen the first episode, they seem to like it quite a bit. It's just the critics who have seen, I've seen some critics who have seen more, who have said some things that made me a little nervous, but they can also be picky. So, you know, and maybe it just doesn't work for them. Could be a great show. I've seen a couple people say that they saw the first 4 and right now they think it's the best MCU show yet. So just got to be curious. See, I mean, it's not going to one up Morbius. You know, we know that no property is going to one up that. That review will be coming shortly. We got to go watch the movie here tonight and go see what all the fuss is about, Kyle. We got to go see what the fuss is about. I'm
always curious about the fuss.
I'm just in it for the popcorn. Always have been and always will be. But any other thoughts on this on this Moon Knight show? No, glad people seem to enjoy it like we have, and I'll be waiting for the second episode. Yeah, curious to see what's next. But guys, what do you think of the first episode? Comment below, let us know. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Go be a member of the patronage. Thank you to the patrons, whatever you say. And as always, thank you for watching, Mom. See you guys.